Making life is an interesting predicament. We openly have to put ourselves together to decide who we are and what we're going to become. We have to decide what our reputation is going to be. Is it going to precede us or is it going to follow us? And isn't that an interesting concept? But when we have a reputation that precedes us, we would hope it's a positive thing. When we have a reputation that follows us, we have to wonder who's been doing the talking. Now, in life, we have moments of time to make a life worth living or a life worth having or a retirement that's worth anything at all. Now, I like to change the way that I say this, but the truth is we know the stages and ages of life, the ages and stages of life, that literally between ages of 20 to roughly 30, possibly 35, we are in the career mode. We are looking for the first career, we're looking for the second career, we're looking for the stair steps plan that's going to get us from point A to point Z in our lifetime. By the time we're 35 and moving into 40, our life is kind of stabilized. We're probably pretty secure in our positions if we're working in a real salaried job. We have some retirement that we're stocking away for later, and openly we're trying to stay secure in our relationships. We're trying to keep our boss happy through managing up. We're trying to keep our colleagues content through managing over. And openly we're learning to socialize and put our own selfish desires sometimes on hold so that we can be more bold in different projects later on. You see, it's always a tit-for-tat game when it comes to working with other people. What I mean is it's give and take. You can't just dish it out and not expect to get anything back. And you have to be willing to serve other people in order to produce a life worth living. And if you have a life worth living, then you're probably putting money aside for those special rainy days, those travel trips with children, those opportunities to go further in our careers or in our educational life, and openly some playtime at music concerts, at theatrical productions, and like my late father did, he had season tickets to just about every house there was. But in life, we have moments of time to put things away for our future. And our future, we don't know what our health care is going to be like. We have no way to know how the Lord is going to produce our ailing body, the way that our cells age, the way that we need to plan and stage our life. So if we're too busy playing in other people's lives, if we're too busy lying in records, if we're too busy developing hatred in the land, we might just not go easily and safely and quietly in the night. We might be facing an illness, we might be facing cancer, we might be facing this current plague, we might be facing a lot of things because the Lord God is in control of everything. In life, we have moments of time to tell people how we feel. And the only way to do that, frankly, is up close, personal, and in person. These ridiculous things of talk to the hand or don't talk to me and all these little childish things that people do in Twitter, in text messaging, in LinkedIn, it's sort of ridiculous in Facebook, but there is something called FaceTime. And apparently, allegedly, you can talk to people. I did that for the first time the other day, and it was lovely. I got to talk to one of my dear old friends, and she gave me a lot of good insight into life. And hopefully I gave her back a little bit of love for the time that she gave me. But in life, we have moments of time to tell someone something important. And at some point, you have to decide, was this message that this person communicating to me really as important in their life as it was in mine? Maybe, maybe not. But if there are some responses that we're giving that changes a life drastically, that changes a soul impactfully, and I'm really struggling with adjectives today, clearly, but if what I'm saying is, if what we say and what we do devastate the human heart, mind, body, or soul, then just maybe we didn't handle things right. In life, we have moments of time to show people what we're made of, not at all. We're there to show the Lord how we produce His principles in our life. Thanks for listening.